Okay, firstly, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Parker. Thank you for meeting with me.
Yeah.
Just for the record, if you could give me your full name, please.
Noel Emmanuel Parker.
And your date of birth and place of birth, please.
1925.
And where were you born?
Born in the parish of St. Catherine, and the district is the Leechmount.
Mm-hmm. Could you describe your childhood to me at all?
What?
Your childhood?
Well, my father had a big family, 9 of us. And he was a carpenter and the farming.
And a farmer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, my two bigger brothers, they were helped by my parents to further their education.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't get the opportunity for because it was a big family and he couldn't afford to help me. So I have to mess about around the field and do most domestic work. And then when I left school, it's a pity he didn't able to help me because I was very bright.
Mm-hmm.
So we have you have A class, B class, C class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, A class, B class, C class, second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class, sixth class.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to school when I was 7. And you come out of school when you were 15. And when I was 11, I was in 6th standard. You know, I helped, when my brothers doing work and things like that, doing sums and lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I was with them and a lot of things that I learned from them, it was more advanced than when I reached school. Anyway, when I was about 17, I learned shoemaker trade,
Mm-hmm.
look about shoes and things like that. And those head from when I left my district and I went to a place called Linstead. And I was there doing carrying on my trade. And then sometimes I do part-time port at the hospital when those guys going on holiday, they ask me if I can do a week for them. So I did that work in the day and do my trade at night. And it continued until so many years people start to come to England.
Mm-hmm. Can I just, at that point, can I take you back to school? Did you enjoy school?
Yeah.
Did you have a favourite subject or worst subject at school?
Well, I was very good on maths.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to stop from school, like we have a mill, a place where you make sugar. But you have a boiling house, and then you have this circle. They have this mule or horse go around in a circle. Then you put the cane in the mill,
Mm-hmm.
and you catch the juice in some barrel or whatever, and you boil it down to sugar. That's not dry sugar, wet sugar. And then that's how it is.
How would you describe your early years with your family? How would you describe them? Were they happy years? Were you a close family? Were you?
Well, depends what you call happy for, because when you were happy in those days, when you could be able to play and things like that among your friends and things like that, but my opinion was very strict, and if anybody go and make a complaint, whether you are wrong or whether you're right, they seem to spank you. And then sometimes you are happy then, but sometimes you're very unhappy for, because children hurt you at school sometimes and go and complain that you do them something, and then you really get the spanking for it. So sometimes you can't hit back, you can't do nothing, because in those cases you're unhappy. But when you are with friends and things, you play a little cricket, you play a little this. Because I mean, we didn't know what the better life was. You know, with these tech things that come, and you have to obey your parents. It's very seldom you have out of other kids. So when you're at school, it doesn't matter how harsh the teachers treat you. They just, you can't complain because you got your parents. You make it worse. You can't pass a big person on the street and not say good morning.
Mm.
No. And if you are on the street and whether this person or your parents or not, and if you are misbehaving and they reprimand you, you just have to take it for, because you can't complain for, because if they go and tell your parents, then they make a double for you. So go very strict. What I see kids do these days, with not in dreams you couldn't do it. Yeah.
Earlier on, you mentioned people started coming over to England. Can you tell me how and when you thought about coming to England?
I don't remember what, just after the war, Winston Churchill came to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were mass employment at the time. And you could see it in the headline, in the Glean and things like that. Oh, he talk about we can obtain a lot of work in England. So the war finished 1945. I don't remember if it was in the 40s or 50s he came to Jamaica and he mentioned about employment in England. And then as the people start to come over from, well, there have some people that come in the, there's RAF guys that came in the war and they didn't come back. But you have the, from 1955, you have the, it really started heavy, you know. Because when I came in 1956.
How did you travel here?
Hmm?
How did you come here?
I come on a boat,
Mm-hmm.
Italian boat, they call it Castel Verde. And when they came to, apart from coming on the boat, when we come to France, they took us on boat to Dover. And then we come from Dover to Victoria and train. I had a bad experience when I came here first, because my nephew, two nephews were in England, and their mother gave me something to give to them. So I told them, I wrote to them and told them what boat I'll be coming on, and then check it out and then know, what time that boat arrive, and one of them come and meet me. And when I went to the house, why I stopped with them is because their mother gave me something to give them. Yes, I was coming to straight to Wolverhampton. Anyway, this house that I stopped, they rent a room. I don't know whether they rent a room or in those days people only rent a bed for because they make more out. One room may have 3, 4, 5 beds and they make more money out of it. Anyway, this landlady for the house say I can't stop there for the night. I just came to England, I don't know what the condition like. And they plead with them with her and say, I say, I can't stop there for the night. Even if I pay her, I can't stop there for the night. Well, it was sort of game house that people do gambling. And there was a man there, he never knew I was coming to England, and he never knew that it was me who this lady was on about. Well, he was there, they were there gambling, when he asked who is that guy that you're talking about? And my neighbor says, Noel. I said, which Noel? You see, I know him from he was a manager job. He used to he have a shop. And at August and Christmas time, they used to have, music, and you go out and you have a little play and you enjoy looking music and come on. And he gave the people a bollocking, man, because all of us come from the same parish. And he was ever so upset, and he took me the night and took me to his apartment and give me something to eat. And he told me that I mustn't take the morning train. Because if I take the morning train, when I go, the people may go to work and nobody might not be there to accept me. So I must take the train that leaves London 4 o'clock. That's when I reached Wolverhampton. Somebody in the house, he took me to the station and put me on the train and I came to Wolverhampton. And I went, I forgot the name of the house now, but it was Hilton Street. I don't even know Hilton Street. Do you know Hilton Street?
What area is that in?
Now, you know where the brewery is? Springfield Brewery.
Right.
Well, when you're going down, you're going down to E-Town, from town.
Yeah.
You go to the bridge. Then you turn left, where the 511 bus goes.
Yeah.
You go right down and there is a big Springfield Brewery on the left. Then there's a butcher shop there. So just a few yards down, I was living on that right hand side of the road. Well, when I came, my brother was already there, and he used to pay 24 shillings, that's £1. Well, in the days it was shilling and pence. I used to pay £1 He used to pay £1.04 for his bed. And they put me on the same bed and they charged me same £1.04. And all I got was from I don't know if it, at those days it was a source or anything like that. All I've got, well, when I have a few pounds with me when I came, and all I got was £1.30. Well, out that, I have to pay for bed for 24 shilling, and I'm going to have 6 shilling left. But I had about £10 that I bring from Jamaica with me. But things were very cheap.
Mm.
And it never, it's about a month, about 3 weeks after I came, I get a job on the bus. So
As what?
I didn't stay long before I get work. Those days, you could get work. Because you could walk out of one job and go to another. You can change 3 jobs per day, you could get work, but you know, work was cheap. And even work was cheap, the wage was cheap. Things were very, very cheap, you know. So, although wage was cheap, you could be able to feed yourself and manage from it.
Mm-hmm. So, apart from your brother was already here,
Mm-hmm.
and anyone else that you knew in Wolverhampton?
Yes, there was a lot of people there who I knew. Because the landlady and the landlord was, the landlady we came from the same district. And I have other friends who I met when I came there, because my brother-in-law was living there. And a few more guys who I knew from Jamaica were living there.
Did you come from a religious background at all to this country?
Yeah,
What kind?
I was Church of England.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When you came to Wolverhampton, were you able to maintain your religious activities?
Well, not for long. Because coming from Jamaica, I used to go to, when I'm not working on a Sunday, I used to go to church. But it was this Baptist church that was on Waterloo Road here. There was a church on Waterloo Road before the right where before they built those traffic lights. Where the traffic light was, so because the Church of England church, I didn't see many black people going there. So I just go to the one that I see black people go to. So because those days they didn't have no apostolic churches like Mount Child or this, none, there was none at the time.
Did you experience any racism, any difficulties maybe in workplaces or on a personal level?
See, in those days, white people were racist But they didn't interfere with you. You don't go lot. They wouldn't rent your room,
Right.
but they wouldn't interfere with you. Well, what happens is that some of our same people get houses to rent from them and rent it out to their house, their own people, and they make a profit out of it. You have racism, you go to pub and things like that, but if a white man wouldn't really attack you in pub, because we go in groups.
Yeah.
So, and those days are some strong men, they were very vicious, and the only way a white man would attack you is that if they see on your own or nothing like that, but not on a great scale.
Did they shout abuse?
Yeah, they shout abuse, but sometimes you don't take any notice, and sometimes you take notice. But because all this hooliganism is in football match now, you didn't have it. Or you only big grown-up men.
Mm-hmm.
You used to carry it to football, and then they don't give you a problem. And you see, most of the young people that come up, whether if you even come from Jamaica at a certain age, they call you for the army. So most of the young men that comes up, always they have to do at least 2 or 3 years national service.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that case, young people were more disciplined. So you don't have a lot of problem with young people there. I think most of the problem now is that they don't learn the discipline. The army disciplined them when they were in the army, but they don't have any discipline now. We used to carry every Saturday night all 4 or 5 buses of RF guys go down to Swancourt off the bridge up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And all they do is they come out and drink and but they never have any problem with them.
Do you want to talk at all about family life in this country? Family life?
Well, I worked hard. When I came here and my wife had the first child, I was living in room. And then when I went up to settle on the coast, let's say, I have to wait about 3 years before I could get a council house. And then my wife expected a second child. I said, no. I have to start look about getting a house. And there's it. While I was looking at a house, I get notice to leave. So it's a good thing I started to get a house for, because I wouldn't be able to get on the council in those days.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't have any. Well, I don't know. I can't definitely say you didn't have any. I don't know of any black people that was living in council houses at the time. Because council houses was white people get council houses.
When are we talking in terms of dates? Around late 50s?
Eh?
When are we talking? Late 50s?
What?
You said?
No, at the time, let's see. Yes, late 50s.
Mhm.
First child born 1958. Second one born 1959. Right up so well the early 60s. Or was 60, 61. So,
How did you find the white population of Wolverhampton? How did they receive you? How did they treat you?
well, they say, all depends on your attitude.
Mhm.
But because well, if maybe you have a certain amount of intelligence, you don't bother with what people say to you. Or just to avoid an argument, you don't follow it up.
Mhm.
But then you see, everybody's not the same. Well, I remember I was going down to with Marines. When I came to in the town, a man asked him what I get with Marines. He said I should take the trolley bus and follow the trolley bus line.
Mhm.
Well, when I caught the bus, I went on the bus. I went on the wrong bus. Instead I went on the bus that go to Whitmarine, I went on the bus that go to Four Houses. And when I reached Gasbrook Road, I was saying to a white man that I want to go to Whitmarine. He said, "So you're about a mile out Whitmarine, so you should get the bus that goes around the Hampton Road."
Mhm.
Because I was going to a friend and he walked me all along Gasbrook Road and put me out of Hunter Street at the lights
Uh-huh.
and show me where I must go across and turn Allen Road. So some were very helpful. But you have the hard ones. You had racism, but some of the people didn't openly show it. But because if you buy a house, that's why Waterloo Road was used to call the black man town also, because as you buy a house here, a black man buy a house here, then the next neighbor don't want a black neighbor. So they sell their houses. And so you see all the streets go anywhere a black man buy a house, wherever you're Indian or Jamaican, they have the people moving out.
Mhm.
They didn't tell you that they didn't like you, but the action prove what they didn't retaliate by causing the violence or things like that.
How do you think Wolverhampton has changed since you first came here in terms of integration, the way people treat each other, that sort of thing?
Well, it's changed a lot. Because you have I don't know, because the children grow up and go to school. Because you have a lot of, and then since this black people going into the nursing, and then you see you have black people going to white people house, and you have white people going to black people house, and I think by and by things will get better.
how do you think things are going to shape out in the future?
Well, I think people start to realize that this country is a mixed race country, and it only minority people who are in the minority is causing problem. But all depends on how the government deal with it. So because it doesn't matter what law the government is going to make, you cannot stop people from eating you. If a man doesn't like you, the law can let him like you. And then you have some, the way I have to deal with a lot of white people who, they are very good. So because it's a white man helped me get my house. And when he went there looking about the house for me, there was the next white guy was there, and he said that don't let any black people get your house. And he heard it, and if he nearly went to knock him down. I said, no, don't do that. Well, the man said, well, I am selling my house and all I want is my money, so I get my house. Me personally, I don't have much problem with white people. Because maybe some of us may be expecting too much. Because you have to give weight and take balance. Because a man, well, you have discrimination in jobs, something. But really, it will take them and phase out. But because if I am a Jamaican and I have a friend and I want to, well then, give him something, and there's another guy who said, well then, whether it's a white chopper or anything like that, I will give him anything. That's logical. But then when it come down to the boiling point where you have the same qualification that the other man have, and they might say, well, my daughter, when she come to university, he was offered a job in Birmingham, and he speak to them over the phone, and they told her that the job was there. And when she went, because she went to university and thing, they couldn't, and she speak over the phone, they couldn't distinguish whether it was a black or white person. And when she went, she was told that the job was gone. And when he phoned back the place that sent her for the job, they phoned her back on the same place and tell her must come on to the job. So it's a complicated game. Everybody just have to try and see how things goes.
Okay. Is there anything else finally you'd like to add? Is there anything else you would like to add before we finish?
Well, very disappointed in some of my own people. But because you have these young guys up and down and don't take the opportunity that they can get, so because they can go to college and things like that, and they just don't want to. But when I was taking my grandkids down at school near Woodford College, in the evening you see a lot of Indians and white come out. You're not going to see a West Indian or come and they don't take to.
Yeah.
The most of them, they're more well, I don't know what the teacher told them, but they're most interested in sport. Well, I don't know if they'll build on that, and I hope they do, because I am old and I'm going, but education wise, you have to have something to offer just as to earn a living.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is there, however. But even our legal organization there, we try every effort to get young people in, but a lot of them just doesn't interested. So it's very sad, but it's true.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Parker.